This is the HYVAN compact anaesthetic machine. As you can see, it's small and it's portable. In fact, it's quite easy to carry. It weighs about 15 kilograms, so quite light. And it has a protective cover. I'll just take that off. So here's the HYVAN. I'll ask Ivan to explain how it works.
It works pretty much the same as any anaesthetic machine, but there are a few differences in this machine which I'll explain to you. Firstly, the gases, just like normal gases, enter the rear of the machine of two pin-indexed entry ports. From there, the oxygen comes through tubes down to these two flow meters, one oxygen and one air. They are mixed together and then they flow again into the Selectatec type vaporizer. From the vaporizer, the mixed gas then enters into the sodalome absorber and the bellows here, which is basically the patient bag. It has no APL valve on this machine. In fact, when you squeeze the self-inflating bag, which is attached to it, it locks up the bellows and sends gas to the patient. The patient can also breathe spontaneously, and I'll just put this mask on and just show you how that works. And you can see that the bellows then acts like a spirometer, small spirometer, so you can actually see how much volume the patient is breathing if you don't have a monitor. If we want to ventilate, normally when you hook the patient to your circuit, you remember you turn the APL valve down and squeeze the bag, and then sometimes you forget to open it. You look around and you have a big weather balloon. Well, that cannot happen with this machine. I squeeze the self-inflating bag like this. I push the bellows up and down. In fact, if I hold this, after a few seconds, it will release itself. There's absolutely no way that you can lock up the system and give the patient a pneumothorax. There's no way you can do that. So we can do this and we can manually bag the patient, or if he's paralysed, we can just turn the ventilator on and the ventilator will take over. There's no need to flick switches. All you do is turn the ventilator on. It takes this out of circuit and immediately it ventilates the patient. What we do, we set our breath rate and our IE ratio. There was about a 2-second delay, and that gives you time to set up your parameters before the machine starts. So we'll just turn up to 1 to 2, and away we go. We're on to manual readings. And you see this is still connected to the machine. It's been taken out of circuit. We can increase the flow with a flow control here. We can also use pressure control mode by just opening this very simple blow-off valve here. And you can see now that we're pressure limiting at about 20 centimetres of water. It's a very simple idea, and there's no electronics at all involved in this pressure control system. It's completely fail-safe. The alarm system in here also has a negative pressure alarm. If for some reason there's a leak or you run out of oxygen, although running out of oxygen would also give you a pressure alarm, there's a negative pressure alarm which will alarm if the patient has no oxygen. And also the smart thing about this ventilator is it runs on 60 psi. When you connect the gas, it senses the pressure and it sets the alarm value at about 60% of that pressure. If you're running off a concentrator at a reduced pressure around about 15 psi, it will automatically set the alarm pressure at about 10 psi. It does all this automatically. And also, if you are short of oxygen, you can connect the bellows drive to air. So you can just use compressed air to drive the bellows and just use oxygen for the patient. So that will save you some oxygen in places where it's not freely available. The Selectatec system is just a standard BOC Selectatec system which you can take off. You can put different vaporizers on this machine. Some of them are at different heights. So what we have is our Selectatec block can move up and down to suit the vaporizer that you have. Also around the back of the machine we have the exhaust for